Welcome to Tales from the Caveside, where Lillian and Chris, we bought a cave house and finca on the outskirts of a small Spanish town. Follow us as we learn to renovate and create a home that we will be proud of.
Hello everybody.
Hello, welcome.
Right, well, that's it. As we said in the previous video, that's it for the things in the cold times.
What?
I know, my brain's just turned to peanut butter. Right, we're back at work now.
I was thinking, what?
I don't know.
If you don't know, what hope have I got?
None.
No, exactly. So we're back working in the caves, as you know. It's actually hard work, not having worked full-time in the caves, obviously for the Christmas period. But previous to that, with me having got a job and working in the mornings and sitting at a desk, I ache.
Yeah, and then just pottering about in the afternoons because it wasn't fair for you to then slog away in the caves. Yes. It's achy times.
It's achy times. But it's good. It's good. We're already achieving and it does feel good.
Yes, it does.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. And but it's a bit steady away. Got to get going again. Get the old engines running.
We're not as young as we used to be.
No. That's right.
So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, as usual, set any comments below. We'd really appreciate them. And check the end of the video. I've got some competition time.
A thing. Yes. Right. See you at the end. However you get there.
Well, the festivities are well and truly over now. We are properly into January. Time to get this show on the road. First thing in the morning, not too early. You know what it's like. Just to show you, it's 13 degrees in here and 91% humidity. And it actually feels, because of the humidity, it actually feels colder in here than it is because it's damp. Going to finally tackle this wall, get this plaster off. It's going to be interesting.
Yes, we've just spotted there's damp coming up between the tiles from under the floor.
Don't want to lift this floor. I'm going to take the shelf out on the right.
Yes.
Honestly, all this land and all these rooms and everybody's in one room.
Yeah.
Don't want to take these up. Although they are actually bulging. You can feel it when you walk on them. It's higher at this point.
We don't have any tiles. If we break these tiles taking them up, we cannot replace them.
No, we'd have to tile it in something else.
Yeah.
Well, you want to be on TV, you want to be the star of the show.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Potentially all this coating on here that's holding the water back, it's got nowhere to go, but if we get this off,
so instead of the water
through.
trying to come up this way because this is trapping it, hopefully it'll do that and come out that way.
Potentially. It's groundwater, there's not a lot we can do about groundwater.
And there's no point taking this up and retiling it. If it's good, if it is groundwater, it's just going to do the same thing to something new.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Take these off.
Yeah.
Take that out. See what's underneath that.
Would be interesting to know what's actually under there. I think it was built up because I believe this was the Bodega.
So that was for putting racks and barrels and things and just made it a higher height.
I believe so.
Could be. My plan is if I can take these off whole, remove these cuttings here, then these can just go straight back down, but at this level. Yes, there'll be a cut, but look, the cut's already done. They can literally come up, that be removed and go down. But we might have bedrock under there. Don't know, we're just going to have to wait and see, Pie. We've made a decision. Chris has lit the fire. Two reasons. One, obviously it's chilly in here. It's not that chilly, we've worked in colder. But really to help this dry out. One, it's going to create heat into the room. But obviously to burn a fire, it's going to draw more air in, which is good. It's going to create more circulation. We've got our fans and things going that we have going all the time anyway. But we're going to create a bigger draw of air because it's lovely and dry outside. No frost or anything today. It was relatively warm last night. So it's going to do the caves good at the end of the day. Both heat and air movement. Don't kick the bucket, you might fall over.
I know.
So I'm taking it off. And I've got my labourer tidying up for me. It just feels good for me to be doing something for a change after all these months and months of Chris doing stuff and me coming home and just having something to do with the stuff in the afternoon. This feels good. Yeah.
Well, that's it.
It's
Plus,
coming
it's
off.
a bit low for me.
Yeah, that's true. It's coming off really easily, but the stuff that's behind the plaster is putty.
Yeah.
We've talked about before. It's really, really wet.
Okay.
So it definitely needs to come off and be left to dry.
Well, that's it. How's the fire going?
Well. Found a thing.
Thing?
A thing again.
Another thing.
Another thing.
Okay. See if I can come over. There's a bit of ruble around.
You might have to wriggle this camera.
Okay, if you take your hand away, then I might be able to see where it's going.
This.
Piece of metal. Is it metal or wood?
Smells rusty. It's metal.
Metal. Yeah, wood tends not to rust even here.
Does rot though and looks pretty much the same colour in here. There's a piece of metal, you can see it's in here with Yato. Looks like a bar was in here going that way across the room.
Hollow bar as well?
Yes.
Yeah, not a solid one. Okay. Wonder what that was for.
I know.
No idea.
No. Wish this place could talk.
It probably would think, leave me alone.
So up here where the plaster's coming off, you've literally got the plaster we put on, a thin layer, 3mm of plaster, and then a centimetre of what they put on previously, many years ago. Here
I'll see if
is
I can bring you in.
absolutely ridiculous. This is the plaster we put on. I'm going back to the original grey stuff at the bottom there. And we are at 60 centimetres.
60 millimetres.
Sorry, 60 millimetres, 6 centimetres.
60 centimetres is nearly another room.
Yes. I can't think, I've got headphones on.
That looks... Wow, that's nearly as long as my pointy finger. Index finger, is it? Yeah, index finger. Are you being careful to not get too close to this because we don't want the light to fall down because we need the light.
Exactly.
So you're going around and we'll get that off as the last thing.
Yeah, I'll keep going that way now. Just leave this on. Yeah, absolute classic. Honestly, it's crazy. So I happened to look out the door here and saw there was an Amazon van just the other side of our gate. The dogs weren't making any noise. So I went to him, I said, "You got a delivery for me?" He says, yeah, I've already delivered it. I said, "Where?" He said, "Well, I was terrified of the dogs." I said, "Well, there's a doorbell." He said, "You didn't hear it with the noise you were making, or it doesn't work." I said, "Okay, where's my packet?" He said, "I climbed on the roof of the kitchen."
Oh, I see now.
And I leant over and I posted it in the window for you. One's fallen there and the other one's there.
Well,
I thanked him very much, but I'm just so taken aback. He must have hung over there so far to put it down because he was terrified of the dogs.
I'm a crazy guy, but thank you very much, Amazon driver.
Thank you very much, Amazon driver, exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Incredibly windy.
Yes. How mad is that?
That is crazy.
We've got to climb up to get it out because it doesn't fit down the space.
No, good job as well, because I know what's in that one.
He said, "Oh."
Okay, right, we'll go and get clear up
Yes.
in there.
Yes.
And I've come up with a cunning plan.
Oh dear.
Yes.
You were on your own when you made this plan. Doesn't bode well.
No, it is something that we're going to be using anyway.
Okay.
But we need to make sure that that tubery that is now no longer connected to the wall gets connected to the wall.
Yes, because it's bouncing in the breeze every time I hit it with something I'm taking off.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've got the drill bits and I'm going to do a thing.
Okay, let's
With
go.
with those new plugs that we discovered.
Oh, right, yes. Okay.
Just need to get some cable ties.
They're in Julian's room.
Okay.
Okay.
Come to the light. Come to the light. Come to the light side.
But the dark side has cake.
I know.
No, it hasn't. You ate it all.
I didn't find a bean. There must have been a faulty cake and what a bean in it. Go me.
Yes, you did. You fibbing.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No. No, I didn't.
What happened to the bean then?
I don't know.
It was magically seen and removed and put in the bin.
Yeah, see, it wasn't in my slice.
Okay, what are we doing?
These. these little things here.
Okay, look like plastic screws.
Yeah, but they're not a screw, they're that weight.
Okay.
So found the correct size drill bit, which is just slightly smaller than these because you tap them in. I thought these was for something else. Now I've done a bit of research, and you can use these for attaching these. You put them in the wall, and you put a cable tie around, and you don't need all the ASO. So if I put one there,
Yeah.
it's a bit soily. We just need a hammer to tap it in.
Hold on. Back in a minute.
Pardon.
I said, oh shoot. I just tripped over the cable.
I thought you said it's very red.
No.
I thought you were talking blue.
I don't do blue.
Right.
Okay, well, I'll leave you with the camera and doing that. I'll go find cable ties. Okay.
So you've got two tiny little ones.
Yes.
They're not going to be too small. Yeah.
They haven't got much teeth on them at the beginning, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't even know what I was doing when I spotted them. I don't know what I was looking for. Obviously, don't want them too big anyway. With my own right.
Nice.
Well, that completely works. And just put the little extra bit there. Oh, brilliant.
Awesome.
Like an invisible fix.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not exactly right because it's too tight. But we can just pop them off, and then once we're done, we can do it properly and straight. But at least it's no longer dangling now.
Yeah, so the concern was, it's still attached here. It was dangling. It's still attached there, but as I'm removing more stuff, if it bashes on the dangle, bashing it down,
Yeah.
it can potentially tear it out of here and cause big problems, or tear it out of the other end and cause big problems. So this is brilliant. And we will use this.
We'll have to get more.
Yes. Those were in a jar in the garage workshop weird room when we first moved here, and we didn't know what they were.
Yes.
Now we do.
Now we do. Absolutely brilliant. Right, no more yay-so-ing for me,
Definitely not.
apart from round sockets and things like that, but for messing about with this, I'm not using that again.
No.
Brilliant.
Huh, that's a cool job, well done.
Yeah, but as I say, I don't remember what I was watching. I was watching something, or I saw it, and I saw somebody else using the same or similar.
And then just thought, just a minute,
Thought-
we've got a jar of those.
Yeah, we don't have many. We only have maybe 10 or 20 left.
But we never bought them. They were, as I said, in a jar when we first moved here.
Yeah. Awesome.
That is really good.
Going for it.
Yeah. These sound really hollow.
Mm.
Going for this one. It's already a cut one. I don't know, whatever, I'm going for this one.
Hopefully it won't break. Yay! Boo! Well, we can work with that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dover? Barging your way in. Dover. Watching to make sure you're doing it properly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, one broke. Well, two broke. One and one part one. Right there. These lifted off easy. That one
They're all
didn't.
there.
That one just broke. Hoping to drop this down and then put them back, but we can't now.
Nope, we can't.
Anyway, on the positive side, we're going to find out what's under that.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It does just look like, well, it is, just concrete has been laid, but really interesting here It's a lower level down there. They probably have the original floor.
Yes.
Why this was put on?
I'm sticking with my Bodega barrels.
I still don't. Yes, but
you're not too sure, are you?
well, no, because when you see the Bodega barrels in people's bodegas, they have them on this big stand, a bit like the thing we've got for putting logs on for cutting.
Well, yeah.
So they already are up at a height. They're on a stand thing off the ground. So I don't see why you would create this.
No.
And they went to a lot of trouble to create this. Because this has been tiled the same as the rest of the caves. These tiles have gone up to here. They've been cut at this point on purpose. The tiles that were up the front are slotted in behind them. Cut to here. This has been filled with whatever it's been filled with, concrete, rubble, we'll find out in a minute. And then it's been tiled again with these same tiles on top. So it's definitely for a purpose. Somebody's gone to a lot of trouble.
The only other thought, which is one that you had, was potentially there's a great rock here that they couldn't get out, and they've concrete and just built a level.
Yes. One of my friends has got a cave, she's got a floor, and then just at one point it's natural rock, and they've tiled around it because the rock couldn't be dug into. That would look awesome here. If we find that, I'll be a happy lady.
It's very hollow.
Okay, so it's cleaned up.
It's full of gravel. Oh, we could use this. Save that.
Yes.
It saves us buying another bag, but it's wet through.
Okay. Right. As you did that last bit, all of this big bit here lifted. Very strange. Now, I'm going to come over here and show you because I don't think it comes out on camera from the other side.
And I'll come out of the way so you've got a bit more room.
So this is where that step was. This is ground level. There is rockage there that is higher than ground level. There is a really strange round piece of cement, like it was doing something or it's been filled by something. And if you get down to this level, there's a concrete pad over here that was underneath the previous concrete pad and stones.
Yeah, but that slopes. It's not level, it slopes.
It slopes this way, and if you continued these tiles at the same level, it's higher, so it's got to come out. Why did they not take out
That rock.
that rock? It's 70 centimetres by 50 centimetres, whatever.
Yeah.
Not a lot in the grand scheme of all the rest of the flooring they did through everything else. Why was that left? What is this?
It's a bit of cement.
I know, but why a round piece
Maybe you
of
should do
cement?
pole dancing or something in here. Micro dance, micro pole
Very
dance.
micro, you can't even stand up straight in here.
I can, but I bump my head.
Just. The rest of it is... That's that black stuff that they put on
Cementy stuff again.
off the walls on here. There's a few pine roads are dead. But what is happening under here other than potentially nothing? We're none the wiser. No idea. That piece of rock over there is higher than this floor. It then goes down. There then was over here
A big pile of cement.
big pile of cement, which we've knocked out, and nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Don't understand it. Interesting, however, that this stuff that they put on the walls continues and goes underneath and was on this floor. So that's what they originally used as the floor.
Yeah.
You can see it in here. It wasn't completely flat. So this obviously was a bodega. Bodega just meaning storage space, cool one, cellar. Right, for now we are going to have to turn this power off, take the rest of this off,
And then it's done.
Then it's done, but that's going to be in darkness, so I'm not able to video it for you. Tis done. The light's actually better for lighting the room from there than where it was before.
Yes.
It's a really big room. Not quite big enough for a bedroom, unfortunately, which would have been rather nice. But we'll have to have a look, see, have to think about it. And also decide what we're going to do with this floor. But for now, the destructive coatings are off the walls.
Yeah, apart from in a few places where we've just got to chip it off, but
pretty much
yeah.
it's off. The important thing is when Chris removed the electricity from here, this cable is actually dripping with water.
it's wet through.
Wet through where it was running across in there. So this is all going to dry out.
Yeah.
And it now has the opportunity to do that.
That's it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. It was all water on there, on the plastic.
You see it dripping here.
Yeah. And then all over there as well.
Can you get my finger in the light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
That's
wet
just.
through. Yeah.
So welcome to the end credits. One day, end credit music. One day I might not have a skip in my front yard. What I wanted to say, guys, was the idea of the fairy door competition. Let's go for it. To that end, make a fairy door. Go as crafty as you like. Send me a photograph to our email address, which is on our About page.
And in the description below.
And in the description below.
Every single time, yeah.
Every single time, yes, yeah. It's all there. You can find the email address easily. Send me a photograph. I will then put it up on our community as a poll for the whole world to vote on. And whoever wins with the most votes, I will send a prize. I will send you a Tales from the Caveside sticker. How's that for? Woohoo! Can't wait for one of those. Let's make a end date for all entries in by Valentine's Day, 14th of February. I will then put the poll up after that, and let's see how this goes. Have some fun.